I have to make a video right now, and it's not my favourite experience because I'm feeling quite vulnerable at the moment. But I'm here to relay my experience in the name of love and healing. So, some of you may know that I have been involved in a very intense, long distance relationship. Wow. Let me just tell you that invisible things are more real than the things that we can see a lot of the time. And I say that Amber and I have only had one telephone conversation. Retrospectively, I can see that was because of the energy dynamic between the two of us. So, we saw each other intimately without even trying, because to the other we are transparent. And so we agreed that we both wanted to get married. Because it felt like we were called to merge in this life and be in physical union. But our imaginations were jumping to a point of time in the future that requires certain steps to be taken. And we each have our own lives on separate islands. So I can't fathom, at least for me, how a long distance relationship can work when all I've wanted to do since I set eyes on her was touch her, be in close proximity to her. It is a very spiritual relationship that is, or has been, slowed down, obstructed by the physical world. Namely money. Because if we could choose a world where everything was free and freely available, and therefore get to each other in the most convenient, safe, slow, but fast way, then we would choose that. But today, I walked away. It has to be that way. Because I was investing too much into that, and that's not Amber's fault. She wasn't demanding anything of me. But the frustration, the eagerness, was causing me to move slower than if I was able to relax, stop worrying, feeling frantic about getting to her. So it appears that we have to go our separate ways. You can see in this situation how two people would not be able to provide for each other what the other needs. And by that I mean if our geographical location stayed the same for an extended amount of time, the dynamic of our relationship could not change, and it would just become more strained, if anything. We all crave physical touch, especially with people that we really, really cherish and admire and just want to be by. The relationship between Amber and I has unfolded through a series of voice notes and memes and jokes, shared pain, and silence when there ought to have been words, and words when there ought to have been silence, and fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, but mostly fear of the magnitude of love, the light of truth. When we have an understanding of how magnificent love is, part of us doesn't want to lose that. But you can't lose what you always are. So fear takes us out of ourselves. So we lose ourselves in the pursuit of love. And the sick joke is, we're walking around with it in our top pocket, and in our eyes, and in the mirror. I never wanted to lose Amber, or walk away, but it's all perfect. I'm not walking away, I'm just walking, and I'm not even doing that at the moment. What I'm doing is regathering my energy, which is only fair, in the name of self-respect and self-love, which is love. There's no difference. It's just realising that we also can project that love onto ourselves, and therefore absolve anybody else of the responsibility. There's a song that the Rainbow Gathering people sing. And it says, I love me so much, so I can love you so much, so you can start loving me. Beautiful. That song should be Christmas #1 every year. For Christmas this year, I'm going to gift myself me. Truly, the greatest thing anybody else can gift us is us. By bringing out the best in us and standing by wherever, whether that's adjacent, whether that's across an ocean. True love, no attachment, no expectation.